All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started. If anybody else joins along the way, I will adjust the video because it's probably gonna knock me off of the spotlighted video there. Let's start off in just a seated position, and you can put your feet out in front of you like I am now. Maybe just hug your arms around your knees and just close your eyes for a sec. If you've been busy today or on your feet a lot, hopefully this is a little bit of relief for you. I've been busy organizing and decluttering the dojo and whatnot. So there we go, spotlighted now. So I've been on my feet all morning. So just taking a couple of breaths. It's not really like collapsed in this position, just a little bit more upright, arms hugging around the knees. Just getting your mind right. Let that mind clear out. Start to focus on you for a couple of moments. And if you need to, you can walk your feet out a little bit further and just place your feet flat. We're gonna curl over the legs and tuck the chin. So we're allowing this very natural, passive stretch between the shoulder blades. A few more breaths. I was watching a yoga video on YouTube the other day and it had closed captions on. And when she was breathing, the caption said, heavy breathing. So pretend like you have closed captions and it says heavy breathing. All right, we're gonna inhale. Let's bring the hands back, open up through the chest, straightening out through the back for a sec, so a little bit straighter than we were a moment ago. You can bring the feet a little closer together. Let's drop the knees to one side. I'm sitting up on my squishy pad, so if you need to sit on a pillow, just grab one real quick. We'll rock over to the other side. Again, passing through to one side. And again to the other. And we're going to return the knees to the center. Go ahead and send the feet out long. You can keep your weight back. Maybe wiggle your toes. Sorry, you're going to look at the bottom of my dirty feet. Supposedly in Japanese culture, that's offensive, but at least we're not Japanese right here. Awesome. We're going to walk the hands forward. Maybe soften the knees a little bit and just fold it forward. Ooh, that was my shoulder. Couple more breaths. Trying to relax through those hamstrings. I will say with my butt elevated here, it's a better stretch through the back of the legs. Okay, we're gonna bring it on in. Let's pull one leg in and over, so just crossing the leg. I'm gonna readjust here and turn sideways so you can see. We're just crossing that leg over to the other side. We're gonna take the opposite arm, wrap around that leg, and just twist slightly. So we've got our other arm planted behind us just to support the posture, keeping that chest lifted. Okay, then we're gonna relax forward, lower that leg. Let's repeat on the other side. So crossing that leg over, We're gonna wrap the arm around and twist. Couple of breaths, keeping the chest lifted, trying not to round your spine backwards if possible. Okay, and again, we're gonna place that arm back. Let's send that leg out in front of us again. Let's cross that leg over, but this time drop the leg down into a figure 4. So that ankle is crossed over the top of the thigh, and we're gonna edge the body forward. So trying to reach your belly button and your chest toward the inside of your thigh. And if you need to reach those arms out, just to reach down further, you can anchor your hands to your calf. A few more breaths. Maybe stretching further if you can. Okay, we're gonna inhale, draw up. Let's place the hands back. We're gonna send that leg out long. Repeat on the other side. So crossing that ankle over the top of the thigh. And then we're inching it forward. So inching that belly button up toward inside of that thigh. And then leaning it over. And if you want to stretch the arms out, grabbing hold of the leg, go ahead and reach those up there. Stretch a little further if you can. 2 more deep breaths. Okay, then we're gonna inhale, bring it on back. Send the hands back. We're gonna send that leg out long, a little bit of bouncing through the knees. Open up through the lower back. So for me, that's gonna be belly button forward, trying to straighten out through the back for a sec here. And then we're gonna be getting deeper into the external rotators of the hips. So we're gonna cross that leg over again, but this time take the straight leg and bend it and pull it up towards your chest. So that foot is gonna be flat on the mat. We're rotating out through this top leg. Your chest and belly button are gonna stay lifted. So much yawning. One more big breath in. We're gonna exhale, relax those arms, send the leg out nice and long. Let's repeat on the other side. So we're crossing the ankle over the top of the thigh. We're gonna pull that knee in, settling that foot down on the mat. Still keeping that chest lifted. We're allowing that top knee to kind of fall off to the side, so try not to pull it towards your chest. See if you can open through the front of that leg, front of the hips. One more big breath in. We're gonna exhale, relax that leg out, send the legs out. We're gonna lay down on the mat for a second. So go ahead and lay down on your back. You can bend through the knees. And we just did a whole bunch of stuff where the spine was flexed, which is where it's kind of curved over. We're gonna straighten out for a moment here. So take a couple of breaths. Or a couple of yawns, whatever works better for you. Let those shoulders just open up. Shoulder blades are gonna collapse down onto the mat. Getting a big stretch through the front of the chest. The chin is gonna lift slightly. And I like to keep my feet like this just because the position of the legs Helps to relieve my low back. If this isn't comfortable, then you can straighten out your legs if you need. Give it 2 more breaths. All right, we're gonna pull the elbows in, so make sure your feet are still flat on the mat. Pull your elbows in, fists are gonna be up toward the ceiling, big breath in. Exhale and push through your upper arms and through your whole foot, especially through your heels. Trying to squeeze through your glutes. So my thing here is saying my internet connection is unstable, so hopefully this isn't skipping on you. Big squeeze through your butt cheeks. 2 more breaths. Awesome, we're gonna exhale, lower those hips down, send the legs out long, reach the hands up overhead. Big open stretch. Awesome, they're gonna bring down those arms and go ahead and pull the body up away from the mat. All right, so we're gonna go forward onto hands and knees. Give yourself some space. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips. Okay, so we're gonna keep our feet flat. We're gonna do that sawing motion like we do a lot. We're gonna keep our feet flat this time so we get more of a stretch through the front of the ankles. So you're gonna start by shifting your hips to the rear, trying to keep your spine pretty much parallel with the floor. And then when you reach as far as you're comfortable with, you can move forward, just stretching through the front of the body, so through the wrists. And then again, back, take your time. If you have to adjust your hand position because your wrists are yucky, go ahead and do that. Going as far back as is comfortable. I've been doing the workouts that I assign to all my clients, all my online people right now. And I'm very sore today. All right, sitting back. And forward. Couple more passes. Awesome. All right, so if you moved your hands before, just bring them back in underneath your shoulders. We're gonna start with flat back. Big breath in. We're gonna arch through the spine, lifting your forehead and your tailbone. Breathe in and then exhale to round, pushing up and away from the mat. So feeling like you're lifting your spine toward the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, arch through the spine, lift your forehead and tailbone. Big breath in, exhale to round, pushing away. And one more of those each direction on your own. When you're ready, arch through the spine, tucking your chin back. And then exhaling as you're ready to tuck the tailbone and the chin. Awesome, we're gonna return to neutral. Send your knees out wide, bring your big toes together and stretch out onto the mat. Let's do palms up. The palms facing up, big stretch through the sides of your upper back. And remember, only sitting back as far as you can handle. So if sitting all the way back is bothering your hips or your knees, then don't go back that far. Couple more breaths. Okay, we're gonna settle the hands down. We're gonna go into downward dog for a sec. So hands down on the mat, bring the knees in. We're gonna curl those toes under for the first time. So if you're not comfortable with coming off of the mat, then just sit back and stretch here. Or you can go ahead and pull up and away, hips up and back. Just realize that there's just so much blue on the screen right now because of this blue shirt and blue mat and blue squishy pad and blue Gatorade. Anyhow, walk your feet forward, walk your hands back. Let's end here with feet a shoulder width wide, knees slightly bent. You can ragdoll here for a sec. We're gonna inhale, bring the body up nice and flat. So trying to elevate your head above your hips or above your heart. Got my hands settled here on the top of the knees. So when you come up flat back, you're trying to lift your chest, almost like you're trying to arch your back like we do during cat and cow. Breath in, exhale, and stretch down. Relaxing through your low back. We're going to inhale, press the knees forward, hips forward, bring the spine up nice and tall. Open through the chest for a sec, so hands off to the sides. We're going to open the palms forward. I'm going to scoot so that my head isn't cut off here. So feeling that open feeling you get through the chest whenever you turn the palms forward. Then we're going to bring the hands together at the level of the chest. So you're lifting your chest into your thumbs here, using your hands as a marker. Shoulders are still down. We've still got the open feeling through the chest, just like we had a moment ago. Now we're going to clasp the thumbs and then take the hands up overhead and reach back. So we're making this shape with the hands. Okay, now we're going to relax the hips, send them back, and scooch up on your mat. Send your hands toward the ground. We're going to bend the knees so that the fingertips are in contact with the ground, and let's send a knee back. So we're going to send that knee way back, foot way back. Drop the knee down toward the mat. And we're bringing the hands inside that front foot. So we just took it all the way down. And we've got our front knee butted up to the outside of our front shoulder. Just being passive, opening through those legs for a second. And we're going to inhale and tuck the chin. Try to get a slight lift through the forehead, through the chest, I mean. Those are not even close to the same. Tuck your chin and lift your chest. Now, if you're feeling extra spicy, you can try to lift your back foot off of the mat. Now, you might get a cramp in the back of your hamstring, so be careful. But this is going to add an extra stretch to the front of your thigh. This one. Awesome. We're going to lower that down. Go ahead and take your weight off of your wrists and off of your leg. We're going to send that leg back. Let's spread the knees out wide, big toes together. Stretch those arms out again, palms facing up. I don't know why the weird stuff always happens during this class. There's always really weird noises outside. Right now it's some kind of crazy ringing. Okay, we're gonna bring the body forward, settle those hands down. Let's go into downward dog, so hands down on the mat. Let's bring the knees in, tuck the toes under and hips up and back. Trying to settle those heels down, maybe a little further this time. And when you're ready, walk the feet forward or walk the hands back or both. We're gonna be in our ragdoll position, so soft knees, hands are reaching down toward the ground. We're gonna bring the hands in, up the legs, flatten out the spine. We've got our head lifted above our heart. This is almost like football player position. Just gotta be a little lower. That's what yoga is for, is to prepare you to play football. Yep. Big breath in, exhale, send the hands down. One more big breath in. We're gonna exhale, knees forward, hips forward. We're bringing it up, turning those palms forward, and nice tall spine. Give your back a break for a sec here. The shoulders are twisted down onto your torso. We're open through the chest. We're gonna bring the palms together at the chest. Continue to lift your sternum into the thumbs. We're gonna clasp those thumbs again like we did before. Bring the hands up and back. A little bit of an arch backwards. And we're going to soften the knees and the hips back. Reach the fingertips down toward the mat. Walk your hands forward if you need to. Walk your body forward, I mean. We're going to do the same as before, but sending the opposite leg way back. I know it's been like ages since we've done this, so hopefully you remember which leg is supposed to go back. Anyhow, other leg goes back. Hands are going down on the mat. We're going to flatten that back leg out. And we're butting our front knee up to the outside of our shoulder. Passive stretch at first. Then you can lift through the chest, tuck the chin slightly. Flattening out through the spine. Like I said before, if you want to make it extra spicy, you can bend that back knee. Try to bring your heel up towards your butt. I feel more like my leg is going to fall over. Okay, big breath in. You can exhale, lower that leg down. We go ahead and bring the weight back off of that front leg. You can sit back onto your bottom for a sec. We're going to do a couple little things with the neck before we end out today. So if you want to be cross-legged, go ahead and be there. Sit on the squishy pad. Let's drop the chin to the chest. And then lift toward the ceiling. Head back to the center, send your ear over your shoulder. And over the other shoulder. And then head back to the center, just shake your head no. Very good, and let's find a position that's comfortable for you for our last couple of minutes. So if you want to lay on your back, do so. If you want to lay on your belly, do that instead. Just find something comfortable and breathe for these last 2 minutes. Let's stay here for another moment or two. Oh, yeah. Alrighty, folks. Thank you guys for coming and joining me today. We get to reopen in phase 2, whenever that is, so hopefully it's sooner than later. But anyhow, you guys are awesome. If you have any requests, make sure you message me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.